It's funny how when companies start, they start small, especially tech companies, and then as time goes on, the vision broadens and they start to evolve. And you see it with technology. You see how the smallest things pack the biggest punch. And that is just mind-blowing. It shows you that the future of technology is actually really bright. And this is just the beginning of what's to come in the near future. Funny how we went from this. You see this? This is an iPad 4. It's still kind of recent. I don't really have an iPad 1 to show you, but this is the oldest I can put up here. We went from this to this. So Apple iPad Pro 2021, this is an 11-inch iPad Pro. It actually has a 12-inch iPad, but the 12 inches is not out yet. It's still around the corner. I think it's available right now for pre-order, and I think it comes out around July. I can't wait till that time, so I decided to go ahead and get the iPad 11 Pro, which is sitting docked right here with me now. And I have to say that I am pretty impressed with what I'm seeing from the iPad Pro 11-inch. If you're considering getting an iPad, I think you should look at this. The price range is really affordable, and for the specs, it's not too far off from the iPad Pro 12-inch. Although there are some specs that I think is kind of, I don't know, maybe overly dialed down, but this is a pretty decent iPad. Pretty decent. You have a glass front, aluminum back, and aluminum sides. But enough of that. Let's dial down to the specs. And if you still want to get one for yourself, I will throw a link up in the description where I got mine from. I got it from Amazon. I don't even remember the price. I think I got the $1,000 version. I don't remember. But there's a version that is about $768, something like that. But I will leave a link in the description below. But other than that, let's get to the specs. Let's tear this thing open, let's dissect it, and let's see what's inside the iPad Pro. It comes iPad iOS pre-install 14.5, you can upgrade it. The chipset, Apple M1, you already know how that works. As for your CPU, octa-core, and for your GPU, Apple GPU 8-core graphics, which is really smooth for smooth gaming and actually gives you that low lag and low latency rate. That is great. For memory card slot, it's not available with this. Internal memory, you can get this 128 GB, 8 GB RAM. You can have the 256 GB, 8 GB RAM, 512 GB, 8 GB RAM, or you can go all the way to 2 terabytes, 16 GB RAM, whichever you prefer. It's up to you. For your main camera, you're looking at a 12 megapixel aperture 1.8 wide angle, 10 megapixel aperture 2.4, and your TOF LiDAR scanner. You know how that works. For features, you have the quad LED dual tone flash, high dynamic range. For your video, it shoots 4K 24 FPS, 25 all the way to 60 frames per second, and 1080p all the way to 240 frames per second. And as usual, you have your enhanced image stabilization. For the selfie camera, 12 megapixel aperture 2.4, face detection, high dynamic range panorama, 1080p shoots up to 60 frames per second with enhanced image stabilization. For your sound, you're looking at stereo speakers, and it has 4 stereo speakers. For battery, 7,500 milliamp battery, which is kind of really great. Fast charging, 18 watts fast charger comes with it. That's really dope. As for colors, it comes in 2 colors. You can have it in silver or space gray, whichever you prefer. It's up to you. As well, you can also add, there's some few features on there you can add to it, that I can add to it. I said you can add, that I can add to it. If you don't know, you can connect your Xbox controller to your iPad. Some other features that apply is you can have your iPad pen connected to it and other Bluetooth peripheral devices as well. Have your Bluetooth Magic Keyboard or your Magic Mouse and have it connected to it and enjoy that free-flowing workflow. You know what I'm saying? Just have your stuff with you. You can take it anywhere with you, to work, to school, wherever you want to take it to is good for you. And even if you want to play games on it, you can connect your Xbox controller and have fun playing games on your iPad. I think you can connect the PlayStation 5 controller as well, but I didn't test it out. I actually tested it out with my Xbox controller and I played NBA 2K on it. The worst game in human history. But I'm not saying worst game as far as on the iPad. I'm saying worst game as far as 2K goes, because 2K is the most annoying game ever. But I have to say, playing that game on the iPad, smooth play, not much really going on. The graphics was just kind of cool. The graphics is kind of like, I think PS3 graphics, but I have to say that AGB GPU serves its purpose actually, and with the combination of AI technology, it actually gives that, it pushes the graphics a little bit further from the previous iPad, and that makes it really cool. Now, what I liked about this also, the picture quality of this iPad is really nice. I took it outside, took a few bunch of nature pictures of trees, the sky, because I wanted to see how it will separate colors. And iPhone as well, I mean Apple in general really have great cameras, but this camera is kind of different. It's more saturated than other cameras. I think it's kind of close to how Samsung cameras look like when you take pictures on Samsung. Apple cameras are kind of really have that natural look when you take pictures on the Apple camera. But to my greatest surprise, this camera had it saturated on its own. So I took a few pictures outside and I took a few pictures indoors. I took a picture of my Asus headset, I took a picture of my action figures, and I tried to see the difference. And to my surprise, it looks like it's edited, but it isn't. It's just heavily saturated and really crispy clear. But again, that's how the camera feels like. It feels nice. For the facial unlock, I can't really stress this enough. The facial unlock of Apple devices is second to none. No other device has the same facial unlock, same speed, same sensor like Apple. It's just second to none. Screen brightness 600 nits compared to the 12-inch. 12-inch is kind of, I think, 1000 nits brightness, XDR display, and this is the HDR display. So high dynamic range and extreme high dynamic range with the iPad 12 coming soon. That is just a few differences that I know about, that I can tell you offhand, and there are some other features as well that kind of just a little bit different here and there. So if you're going to be shooting videos on iPad Pro, which I think ever since I've seen people shoot pictures or shoot videos or take pictures with their iPads outside, when I mean outside, I mean like in public, I've kind of always saw it as a little bit goofy. But I think now the world really doesn't care anymore. Everyone kind of has different ways of taking pictures outside. You can either have your iPad, your iPhone, your tablet, your like other tablets like Samsung or whatever. No one cares anymore. So it just depends on the quality of picture that you take with your device. So yeah, the picture quality and that screen brightness really comes in play. Overall, using this thing, I have to say that I enjoy using the tablet. I think if you are trying to get one for yourself, I will advise you that it's a go. Score wise, it's an A+. Yeah, it's an A+. It's really, I will give it an A+, because everything about this tablet that was talked about, or what's the word for it, or specified in the Apple keynote or event. If you caught the event, I have a video of that. I kind of watched a recap of the event and I reacted to it. Everything in the keynote or event was spot on, and even more than that. So I'm really kind of impressed. I'm not trying to be biased with Apple, because the more I use more products as far as technology goes, and I begin to diversify my reach with tech products, especially the fact that I can just use any products I want to use, like Samsung, without having any bias. I think I've started to see how tech companies kind of edge each other out in different aspects of the game. So that is pretty much all I have to say about this. New videos will be coming out sometime this weekend. So what do you think about the iPad? Do you think it is something that you will love to have, or do you think you will not? Do you think it's not really worth it? Because I think it's worth it. It is worth the wait. If you want to get the 12-inch version, yeah, it's worth the wait. Although if you don't have patience, you can as well go for what I have right here, the 11-inch. It's still the same thing, like I said, just a little bit of few difference here and there. But yeah, I will also get the 12-inch when it comes out in July. I just can't really place an order and just wait. I'm kind of the person that get pissed off when I place an order for something and I'm constantly looking at my phone or checking my emails to see how far they've gone with my order. I just don't have the patience for that. So I'll rather just wait till it comes out and then I'll get that as well. So anyway, guys, that's all I got to say about this video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button at the end. And also, like I said, comment if you have any device you want me to review for you guys, just let me know. All right, I'll go pick it up in an instant. So thank you guys for watching the video. Tenkengadgets here, Sage Mode out. Peace.